Hello. In this clip from our Justia webinar, From Billable Hours to Sustainable Income, The Power of Subscription Models Plus AI, Matthew Kurbis answers audience questions while sharing tips regarding incorporating AI into the subscription model for your law practice. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
I see I've got some questions here, so let me address the Q&A live. What practice area do you think can benefit the most from AI? All of them. How many clients can a solo handle under a subscription model? It depends on, sorry, I said it depends, but like, for example, are you targeting individuals? Are you targeting solopreneurs? Are you targeting business clients? It does depend on what is your target market, and then I could give you a better answer to that question. And it's all about how do you productize and automate your processes, right? And what's the value, like what are you actually trying to sell, right? What is the average amount of time that a business client tends to stay subscribed? As long as you continue to provide value for them and they're offloading all their legal things to you. I've had, my business clients are my happiest clients because the CEOs or the owners of those businesses, they were wearing the legal hat of that business. And now they don't have to worry about that for predictable monthly price. They start sending me all the legal stuff. They can focus on what makes them money in their business or what makes them happy in their life. And they don't need to worry about that anymore. And then as their business becomes more successful because they're able to drive more profit for their business because they're not worrying about legal stuff, there's more legal stuff that comes up. They send you more legal work and you charge them a higher subscription. So it is a virtuous cycle. Do you only charge on a subscription or do you also do some projects using other fee models such as flat fee? Yes, I do. I do some pure subscription model work and I do subscription plus flat fee work. But I take the Costco approach, which is in order to shop at Costco, you must first be a member of Costco. But what are your subscriber benefits? You know, whenever you need to go there, you're going to get a discount. You're going to get a good deal. And that's what my clients always get. They get it below market flat fee rates to the extent there are below market. There is a market rate, or I just charge $50 a page for things that it really isn't a market rate for something like that. But they only get that $50 a page if they're subscribed starting at least $20 a month. And what's nice about having that per page pricing, that a la carte unbundled legal services pricing, is that it explains like rebundling and the value of these other higher level subscription packages where you do it per project or you do it with some other scoped legal service. And if it goes over, they could go up a subscription level or you charge them a la carte per page. How do you determine what to charge for your subscription prices? I love it. Sorry for everybody who relies on the slides. Those slides are far in advance. So I'm just going to answer this question now. Keep it super simple, right? Think about how you're defining your subscription benefits. And I find it's a useful exercise to think about all the value that you could provide your clients, whether it's traditionally thought of as legal or not, but maybe the legal mind approach to it is a valuable thing. I even have a subscription add-on of, I will be your registered agent for your business. Is that like providing legal services? No, but it's something lawyers do anyway. And I bundle that into my higher level subscriptions, or I just do it a la carte for my clients it doesn't make sense for them to subscribe at a higher level. So just unbundle all of your legal services or something of value that you're providing your clients, even if it's not a legal service, and price it, right? And subscription add-ons are another thing I do. So that answers that question. How does this work when you specialize in one or two areas, sometimes the need for continuous subscription? How does this work? So I don't really understand the question. So rephrase it, because I'd hate to just answer whatever question I'd rather answer, and I'd rather you rephrase that question, whoever asked that. What happens if a business client needs a specialist or something outside your scope of expertise that wouldn't be included? So I already kind of covered that. Also, are the court filing fees in addition? So for litigation, I think subscription plus flat fee is the way to go, and that's up to you. I think in the same way, you think of the same way as, do you charge a subscription? Do you charge the transaction fee? So like the 3% to the client if you're letting them pay for a credit card? I think that's just bad business. Charge more money to account for the extra 3%. You hate being nickeled and dimed yourself, right? So like you could either decide to I'm just going to charge enough that it's going to account for the maximum amount of filing fees that I may have to charge in this case. Or you can say, here's my flat fee you pay when we start a case. Here's my monthly fee. Here's my success fee, depending on how we settle the case. And you're going to pay for costs throughout. And maybe you give them like a chart of estimated costs so they could budget for it. Because when a client signs up with you, subscription and or flat fee pricing, they want cost transparency. Is your revenue and profit capped in a subscription model? No. Eventually, you will need to hire more people, right? Like eventually. But I am a firm believer that with just some fractional help, so like some freelance lawyer, like independent contractor work, that I should be able to scale a true solo practice without any full-time employees to $500,000 annually in gross revenue, serving the latent legal market. I could probably make it $1 million company if I was trying to, or $1 million plus firm if I was just trying to service the institutional clients. But that's not my mission. That's not my goal. So it's capped up to you being a true solo. And then, the sky's the limit. But that's true of any business model. Just your ability to scale is limited by how many people can you hire when you need to get to that point. AI puts that point off for a long time. But no, it's not capped. And with the billable hour, it is capped. You're capped to billing however many hours in a day you could bill. So unlike the billable hour, which is capped time, you're capping the revenue you could earn. There is no such cap with the subscription model. Is there an online list to show which attorneys are offering subscription services? So if you go to lawsubscribe.com/directory, I think is what it is, or just lawsubscribe.com, one of the tabs on there is a directory of all my past guests who are lawyers leveraging the subscription model, or I should say legal professionals leveraging the subscription model. And altfeeco, I think .com has a directory as well of alternative fee-based attorneys, not specific to subscription. The one on my podcast website is specific to subscription, and it's a few episodes behind. I need to update that page. By subscription, do you mean flat fee practice, one fee per client per month? So as far as like the legal ethics are concerned, like as far as I'm concerned, it is a recurring fixed fee or a recurring flat fee based for scoped and defined legal services, right? And I do true month to month. So if they want to unsubscribe, or if I don't like this client, we could end it, right? Do you put a cap on the number of hours? No. Tracking hours and subscription don't go hand in hand. I do not track time at all. To the extent that you are pivoting from a billable hour mindset to a subscription law practice, and you're not just starting from scratch, which is what I did. While we're getting a lot of questions, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that I could just talk to you guys. Talk to you folks. So it might be useful to track your time, but the goal is not see how much time this takes me, and that's what I know how much to bill. It is see how much time this takes me and how could I spend less time doing it? Because with the subscription and flat fee model, the less time you spend on something, the more money you make. So it's the exact inverse. So to the extent you want to track your time, do it and figure out how could I spend less time on this the next time? And that will help you productize and develop your business operations around delivering the legal services more efficiently and effectively. The way that I control my time, to answer that question, is I only let clients schedule a certain amount of time with me at a time. And then I will we'll schedule more time in the future if we need to. And I use blocking. And I'm always trying to find a better solution to blocking time. But I know working out, analyzing this contract with the help of AI might take me 30 minutes. So I'm going to block tomorrow. I'm going to work on this thing for this client for 30 minutes. So I control my time in time blocks, but I don't cap or think about tracking time in terms of a client only gets so many hours. You got to completely abandon that mindset. How does a patent lawyer do subscription model where each invention is a different field of technology? Anonymous attendee, I would love for you to come on my podcast. We could actually have a deep dive on that. I have some ideas, but they're highly speculative. I'm not a patent lawyer, and so we'll need a deep dive on that, but I could come up with a way if I had more information about what a patent lawyer did. Might be good for a LinkedIn Live too, if you're open for it. How do you charge for a subscription when you file a divorce client, but they need a bankruptcy after? How do you have an ongoing subscription? Ooh, yeah, this is juicy. So with family law in particular, I think of it a lot like criminal law, and there's a slide on this, but we're sort of moved past the slides now. You will have the slides. Make sure you download them from Justia. Post getting them on probation or post divorce decree or marital settlement agreement, you have to comply. You have to comply with the terms of your probation. You have to comply with the terms of the MSA or the divorce decree. And so there is a subscription for you right there for compliance, ongoing compliance post the end result for litigation. And as far as bundling services are concerned, I think there's opportunities for a consortium of lawyers, like a franchise model almost for law firms, but we're going to need a lot more lawyers adopting the subscription model for that. Otherwise, you just need a bankruptcy lawyer and and a divorce attorney, and they're in the same firm, and one handles one handles the other, and that firm could have a set subscription price that maybe they get access to additional discounts or other sorts of flat fee pricing to be subscribed to both, kind of a thing. But there's a lot of potential there. Do you require 6 or 12 month subscriptions or just month to month? I do pure month to month because that's what I would prefer. And also I think ethically it's easier to comply with legal ethics of it all. Like, is the fee earned? Is it not earned? What do your legal ethics say about that kind of a thing? And I mean, I no one client supports my business because it's distributed amongst more clients. So I don't want to lock clients in for long term because I'm not worried about I'm not worried about having the revenue because I have recurring revenue that I can count on. Subscriptions should be ongoing. This is similar to a retainer, but a specialist is usually only needed one time, right? So I mean, it's how you're going to have to figure out what value can you provide. It's like the traditional, like the old school retainer. Yes, kind of like that. I'm very uncomfortable with that because that doesn't allow you to really embrace the benefits of the subscription economy. Modern retainers are money paid up front that are billed against, so not that kind of retainer. But yeah, if you're a specialist, you're also going to have to cast a wider net because maybe this person will only have that type of thing one time. So you're going to have a lot of people subscribed. It depends. If you give me a specific practice area, I could talk about ongoing value, like estate planning. You do the estate plan, and then what, right? It's a one and done type thing. Well, since I'm general practice transactional, I only do simple estate plans. And so that's one of my bundle of services that I could provide. Somebody buys a home, I cost a couple $100 less than the next attorney if they're subscribed to me at $20 a month. And I'll also do their simple estate plan now that they have an asset. But it's truly simple. Like if it's complicated, I'm going to refer that to an estate planning attorney, right? But an estate planning attorney, it might not make sense to subscribe unless somebody has a large estate and they're always buying and selling houses and you need to update the thing every month or two or something like that. That's a natural ongoing subscription. But what I've seen some estate planning attorneys do is just an annual subscription. You pay for it once, and then in a year, they're going to check in. You already paid for it. It's an annual check-in. We analyze your estate, and we figure out, do you need anything? And I'll tell you what, there's value to having an attorney analyze a contract, analyze an estate plan, and say, no, you're good. That NDA, sure, I don't love it, but I realize at the speed of business, you got to sign it and move, and there's nothing too risky in that NDA. And so having just an annual subscription for certain instances, like in highly specialized areas, that could make sense. How do you define your scope of services in your engagement letter to avoid clients abusing your time or properly setting client expectations? Yeah, they schedule calls with me that are blocked in the calendar. And so that's how they handle that. And if they and the voice message, if they leave me a voice message, says the best way to get a hold of me if you're a client is to sign into your client portal and schedule a call. If you're a new client, if you're not a client, go to the website and schedule a call so you can meet the attorney for an introductory call. And if you're an attorney, I have a URL for that attorney, right? And realistically, I am returning these calls eventually, but I'm letting the client or prospective client know the voicemails are not a priority. Go schedule a call with me. And my engagement agreement is on my website. So I will go back, now that we've hit all the questions, I will go back to the slides here.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos on law practice and legal marketing. See you in our next clip.